Hello, hello. I am Sheena, Sheethegeek, and welcome to Melanin and Manga. And today I really wanted to share some of my favorite indie Western comics. And this is really for the people that don't know anything about comics and really wanted to try to get into reading Western graphic novels. So, yeah, if that sounds good, even if you're already, already in deep with graphic novels, maybe I'll just still stick around and see what are my favorite ones. So yeah, let's get to it. Now, of course, here on Melanin and Manga, we are obsessed with manga, but we also collect Western comics too. And I know for a fact, and I will die on this hill, that manga is way easier to jump into than Western comics, especially the big two, DC and Marvel. They could be very intimidating. I know I haven't been collecting comics for that long, only about 6 years religiously, and I know that I had that mind frame when I was thinking about starting. And I was thinking, you had to be there from the beginning, you have to know all this shit, and that's far from the truth. And I'm here today to share some of my favorite ones, and hopefully that if you're watching and you only fuck with manga, then maybe you will start fucking with comics too. And I feel like I got a little bit of everything for everybody. So yeah, let's just get right into it, yeah? So I thought it would be fitful that I start where it started for me and what set my heart in a riot for comics. So like I said, I haven't been collecting comics that long, 6 years religiously. Started through the pandemic, started a bookstagram because I really was an avid reader, but I was looking for people that were like me that like to read, and I actually found a comic book community. And the first comic that I ever saw and really paid attention to was Saga. And I saw this cover and had no idea what the fuck it was, and I was like enthralled. I was like, who are these characters and why don't I know them? And then I found out it was a graphic novel, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I need to know who the hell they are. So I actually did some digging, asked some friends that I did know, and they put me on to how to purchase this. So, and it has changed my life for the better. So this opened up a whole lot of doors, a whole lot of friendships, a whole lot of opportunities and everything. So yeah, this is where the lore started for me as for comics. So you have basically, a lot of people say it's like Romeo and Juliet in space. So you meet these two individuals right here, Alana and Marco, and they are both from different planets. One is the winged people and then the horn people, and their people are at war with each other, and they actually end up meeting in fucked up circumstances, but they end up falling in love with each other, and then they go on the run because it's basically illegal for them to be together. And as you can see, they have a baby, and it's just about their story. You get to see the story told in their daughter's point of view most of the time. So, and the art, this is done by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples, and these two are fucking geniuses together. So Fiona's art is amazing, and I know if you don't know anything about Saga and you first start off, you're gonna be like, what in the entire fuck does Sheena have me reading? And I promise you, it is so worth it, the art alone. So let me show you a panel that's not too inappropriate, but so you have a wide range of characters in here. So the first one I show you, she has her tits out. Good for you, Sheena. So yes. I promise you, I know it looks crazy, but I promise you it's so worth the ride. And you don't have to always get it in these little trade paperbacks, which is cool. But I know that they have like the box set that you can buy right now, but you can always get it in this big compendium that has like the first arc in there, so don't be intimidated by the size and the the longness of it. So it is totally worth getting into. And you won't even realize how long it is once you start getting into it. And as you keep reading, you will definitely be holding your breath with at the end of every chapter, because spoiler alert, nobody is safe, I'm telling you, and you learn that very quickly. And it's hard not to get attached to all these characters and not, you know, not hold your breath waiting to see if, you know, Brian Kavon is going to do us right, or is he going to do us fucking dirty? Okay, so yes. Saga has definitely broke a lot of our hearts. Oh man, especially after that first arc. Oh my god, fucking gut-wrenching. And a lot of us had to wait years to get some answers. So I feel I'm very jealous of the people that start to get into Saga right now and don't have to wait that whole time. Oh my god, but yes, it has, I'm telling you, it has characters that you're going to love, that you're fucking gonna hate, that you're going to feel some type of way about before, and then, you know, change your mind. You're gonna have sweet babies that you want to protect at all times, like Lion Cat. Like, it is a fucking journey, and I hope that you really do give Saga a chance. So this next book was actually my introduction to this particular writer, and at first I was actually gifted this book, and when I received it I was like, yeah, what is this? And then I was kind of strumming through it and going through it, and I was like, yeah, and I put it on my shelf for like the longest time, and I don't know what made me pick it up, but I'm glad that I did, because baby, whew, I went for a fucking ride. So, and that is Rick Remender's Deadly Class, and he teamed up with Wes Craig. Is that his name? Yes. Good job, Wes Craig. And at first, I didn't know how to feel about the art, but I'm going to get into that really quick. So, at first glance, I was like, what the fuck is this about? So, you meet this guy named Marcus, and he's down on his luck. Like, he's an orphan, like, he's living out on the streets, he's fucking starving, like, nowhere to go, like, he has no aim, no nothing, and he has no reason to live until, like, this girl approaches him, and she's like, hey, you know, do you want, like, another chance at life and everything, and to maybe be better one day? And she asked him to join this fucking underground elite fucking assassin school. And he's like, fuck it, I got nothing else to do. And he has like, he finds like some crazy ass purpose to go here and learn how to be an assassin. And with all of that, you find yourself like in this crazy ass ride with all these other students that goes to this school, you know. And in between there, of them learning how to kill, learning how to do all this crazy shit, you're still dealing with like teenage shit. You're still dealing with like peer pressure and drinking and smoking and having sex and like, you know, just insecurities, like everything that comes with being a teenager, you know, love, falling in love, like drama in between friends and shit, you know. So, and you know, you deal with like outside life stuff, like, and this takes place back in like the 80s, so you know, and that made sense when I thought about it with the art, because the art at first I was like, yeah, what is going on? And then, but it has like that 80s grunge to it, and after I saw that, I really started really appreciating the art. So, and I will die on this hill, this book has some of the best panel layouts I have ever seen. I was so enthralled by a lot of these panels in here. There's times that you have to like switch the book around and do all this, but you never like, it never jolts you out of the story, because it's done so fucking well. Like these two, and I will die on another hill, like Rick Remender always finds somebody to bring his stories to life, you know. So, but I absolutely love this. I actually want to get the big hard deluxe ones, because they're gorgeous, and I've already read it all. I read it online and it was beautiful digitally, so, but I definitely need those hardbacks, so I've been working on it. So, but I've been like eyeing them, talking about I'm working on it. I've been eyeing them. So yeah, Deadly Class. And I know that there's a show on it. I never watched the show, but I feel like this would be amazing as an anime. Like if you got Mappa to do this, or you got the ones that did Dantadan, or even the people that did like Cowboy Bebop and shit, they would fucking kill this. They would kill this. Because I feel like the TV show, I think it was like on somewhere where they couldn't really show, a channel that they really couldn't show exactly what the story was all about. But I'm pretty sure like if they got their head up out of their ass and let, you know, an anime creator do this, it would be amazing, fucking amazing. But yeah, just read it. It's amazing by itself, you know, without that. So yeah, Deadly Class. Next book is another Rick Remender goodness, and that is Black Science. So I absolutely love this story. Love it. They went out of print with these beautiful hardbacks, and I prayed to the comic gods that they would bring it back, and I'm so happy that they did. So look how beautiful this is. So yeah, this is another crazy ass adventure. So you meet this guy named Grant McKay, and he's a scientist, and he gets a group of other scientists together, and they create this pillar, and it's kind of like non-funded by the government and everything like that, like hush hush, like off the grid type shit. And that's where the Black Science part comes in, because he's dabbling in shit that he shouldn't be meddling in. And the team creates this thing called the pillar, and it's able to jump to different dimensions and stuff. And he supposedly has like a set goal, and it's kind of selfish, but it's not selfish. And he mainly wants to do this thing to prevent something that happened in his life. And some drama goes down, and him and his team are thrown into different dimensions, and they have no control over the time jump. So they end up in one world, and they can end up there for 5 minutes, and it could be the most horrible fucking right in the middle of war, or they could end up staying in a really peaceful place for like 72 hours. So like I said, he gets people, the right artists, to like bring his shit to life, and Mateo Scalera just does a fabulous job. Like, this is like one of the first little splash pages, and I was just in awe, like how gorgeous. And you get tons of them during the all the way through the book. So if you like this story is very character driven, even though there's like a lot going on. You're in different dimensions, you're jumping, you don't know where the fuck what's going on. Like, this is very character driven. You have some great I'm not even gonna say side characters, you know. Grant McKay, I feel like he's in some ways like morally gray, you know, like, but at the same time he's just a human, you know, a human male. So it is so much drama. I remember reading this and I was like, every chapter, and I'm like, like, but yeah, great ride. Oh my goodness, just the art, like, come on now. I'm trying to find like another page without spoiling anything, but look at all those colors. Look at that panel layout, gorgeous. So easy to follow, and I know that I read a lot of this digitally, and it looks beautiful digitally, so definitely worth picking up. I think there's three hardcover backs. I know it comes in paperback form. Like I said, I read it digitally for free on Flippa. It was gorgeous. So if you read it, especially like if you read it on a tablet or something where you can have it all displayed out, gorgeous. So yeah, here's Black Science, y'all. Alright, sticking with the science theme, we're going to go back to our boy Brian K. Vaughan, and he teamed up with Cliff Chang to make Paper Girls. Oh my god, look how cute this is. I love these hardcovers so fucking much. So, this is right up your alley if you enjoy Stranger Things. So, let me tell you all about this book. So, you meet these girls right here. Let me show you a little bit of a picture of them. You meet these girls right here, and they have a paper route, and I believe it's Halloween night, and they think that the boys in the neighborhood are messing with them, so they end up chasing them down, and they ended up stumbling on into a house. Like, they see these creepy people walking through the neighborhood, so even though it's Halloween, they're like, what the fuck? So they follow them, and then they end up seeing this machine, and then the machine comes to life, and they get sucked in, and then they end up different versions of their world and everything. It's so crazy, like, and then they end up getting separated at times. Like, it's just insane. All the shit that happens to them. So Cliff Chang's, I don't know why I keep calling him Cliff. Cliff Chang's art is just so gorgeous, and even though it is like all these pastel colors and everything like this, the story is pretty deep. Like, there are some really emotional times, there's some really funny times, great characters, and there's a really big character development in this book. Yeah, this was actually a show at one time, and it sucks because, like, it came out at the height of Stranger Things, and it was like, I feel like it did like a soft launch. Like, Amazon Prime did a shitty ass job at promoting Paper Girls, and my friend Mars always says that Brian K. Vaughan, he has like a curse, like anything that he has to put out, anything that they try to move over from, you know, comics to you know, like movies or TV shows, it just like flops. Even though you have the material, you have the means to make a good, you know, show, it just doesn't make it past season 1. So, and the show isn't as good as the comic, so, and that sucks because it could have been just as good as Stranger Things. Like, I just don't think that they had the right people backing it up, and I would love to see this as animated too. Like, this would be so cool to watch, especially with all the colors and everything. Like, but yes, definitely give it a try. There are some parts that you're gonna be like, ew, you know, like the icky feeling. And this is like back in the 80s too, where, you know, kind of like how Stranger Things was, and it goes with the theme that was back then, you know. So don't let that deter you from reading, you know, a couple of words in here that can be very triggering, and I don't, you know, we don't use them here anymore. So, but don't let that deter you from reading a great story. So, and they have the most beautiful hardbacks. There's one, I think it's the second one, that has the really pretty white and bubblegum pink color. I need to get the rest of these, but yes, definitely one of my top faves. So, oh yeah, look at this one. This panel. Gorgeous. Yes. Love me some Paper Girls. Yeah. Alright, so sticking with the like whimsical and cute colors and all that. Next up, I picked Scotty Young's I Hate Fairyland. This is a wild ass ride. I absolutely love this series. So look at our girl. You're probably like, what in the hell, Sheena? But it's really good. So you get to meet our friend Gertrude, and she is a little girl, and she gets sucked into fairyland. And Here's her in Fairyland. And they tell her when she gets there, oh, you're gonna go like on a magical quest. You get a little fly guy as a companion to help you through Fairyland. It shouldn't take you no more than like a day and a half, if that. And Gertrude finds herself there 27 years later still. And she makes it everybody else's fucking problem. Why she can't seem to find her ass out of Fairyland, and she hates it. She absolutely hates being there, and she's still stuck looking like a little girl, you know, but she is like a 30-year-old woman. So she's walking around, she's cussing, she's drinking, she's smoking, she's just being fucking ignorant. She's even trying to like get a guy and everything. She's a mess. So, and all the while, you know, she still has her little buddy with her, and he fucking hates his life, so but he can't seem to get away from her. The art in here is fabulous. All these bright colors. It is gory. I will let you know that right off the bat. It is gory, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Look at all these panel layouts. These are full, gorgeous. But yeah, you get to meet all kinds of fun characters and everything. And Gertrude is a hot ass mess. And that is my girl. I think that there are 4. I only have 3, so they all come in really cool colors like this. There's this pink one, there's this green one, I think one is blue. I'm not too sure, but this is a very fun ride. Absolutely fun. And look how beautiful these look. And I know the paperbacks are fun. I have a couple of the single issues, but yeah, definitely worth your time. This is such a funny ass book, like very funny story, and he does it all. This is all Scotty Young's doing, so very talented person. Yeah, check it out. And speaking of women that just do whatever the fuck they want, we have Rat Queens. Oh, I love these women so much. So this is a story. It takes place like in medieval days, you know, like when knights and queens and kings and stuff. So you have these 4 girls. One's a mage, one's like just a human, one is a knight or something like that, one's an elf or whatever, and they're just a band full of they're just these misfits. They love to drink, they love to fuck, they love to cuss, they just love to hang out. Girl power. So they go on these quests together, and look how beautiful she is. They go on quests together, and come to find out, like in the first few volumes, like when they're out on this quest, somebody has arranged for their assassination, so they're trying to figure out who is trying to fuck them. So it's absolutely a great time. I love these girls. They love to fight. They're just too funny together. But all in all, girl power. So much fun. I really need to finish the series, but I've heard nothing but good things. I really want to get that big omnibus, or they have really pretty black hardcovers, so we shall see. But what I have read, I have absolutely loved. So, but come on, look how badass these girls look. But yeah. Good time. I swear, I think I'm going to definitely finish that this year. I'm really going to go find it and really finish this out, because I absolutely love what I did read. But yeah, I definitely recommend that to everybody. Alright, let's get into some horror, shall we? So, one of the first ones, I think it was the very first one that I read, and that is The Walking Dead. A motherfucking Walking Dead. Now, I actually watched the show first, and I'm glad that I watched the show first, because I have the tendency of really comparing the two at times, but I love them equally. I love the show for what it did, surprisingly, and usually I like to pull it apart at times, but then I absolutely loved the comic book too. But I'm glad that I did, because I know I'm like, oh, that didn't happen. Oh, that didn't happen, but but yeah, this is so good. So the synopsis and the summary in the back, it does not do it justice. I don't know. So if you don't know anything about The Walking Dead, you first meet this guy named Rick Grimes, and he is a police officer, and he ends up getting in a shootout and ends up in the hospital in a coma. And when he wakes up, the world's gone to shit. Everybody, the zombie, right in the middle of the zombie apocalypse. And he's yeah, just waking up and finds out that the world is overrun by zombies. And he does have a family. He has a wife and a son, and he's like, oh my god, I gotta go out and I have to try to find my family and see what the hell happened, like get some answers and everything, because you know, he just woke up there by himself. So man, this is such a great story. Such a great story. You have some great characters in here. You got some heart-wrenching moments in here. And it's funny because like there's characters in here that I really, really love in the show, but I fucking hate in the book. And I'm like, ooh, like, no thank you. I'll take the show one over you. But and then there's still a couple of characters that are in here that they stay true to the character, and I'm like, yes. And one of them is Michonne, and the other one is one of the best fucking characters in there, and you can fight me on there once you know who I'm talking about. So yeah, some of these, and it is in black and white, but you know, don't let that like be one of the reasons why you don't read it. It's so good, and I think it's fitting that it's in black and white. So, but I know that they're making it over in full color, so I've been slowly like picking those ones up. I came in like kind of late to that game too, to pick up the black and white singles and the color singles. Like, you know, you fucking suck, okay? But yes, so I think I'll just stick to the black and white version of it. But yep, and I have a homegirl named Bree, and we were talking about like breaking down both of them, and I will be fucking stoked if we did that. So yes, The Walking Dead is definitely worth picking up. They got these paperback compendiums, these big boys right here, or they have those really pretty deluxe ones. Those really, I think there's like 6 of the hardback ones, and they're black. They're very simple, but they look very nice sitting on your shelves. But I absolutely love it. Oops. What the hell are you doing? So yeah. Robert Kirkman outdid himself when he made this one, so absolutely love it. Definitely worth picking up if you love horror, and it's very gory, so just know that there's very adult shit that goes on, and like always when the apocalypse comes, when you know, dystopian shit, you know, people lose their damn minds. So but yeah, I'm gonna show you our Chef's Kiss. Okay, definitely need to pick these up. Okay, we need more horror like this. Okay, so the first one is Philadelphia. This is by Rodney Barnes, right? And it's basically a war between vampires and humans. So you follow this detective, and he's young, and he is seeing like all these murders, you know, and he's trying to connect the dots and everything, and he ends up getting the help from his estranged father that happens to be a vampire. So yeah, it's an amazing story, and it has a lot of like history elements, like U.S. history elements wrapped up into there. So, and with the, you know, the horror twist in there. I absolutely love this series. I really need to get back to reading the series. I got halfway through, and I was kind of waiting for the hardcover to come out to finish it, but then I got sidetracked with manga, so I'll be honest. But it is worth it, and I think, is this my signed copy? No, I have the signed copy of this one. So then you have parallel to Philadelphia, you have Anita's Nightmare Blog. I absolutely love this one. So Anita lives like in the same world and everything. Her brother dies, and she's dealing with grief, and she starts a vlog, and she starts talking about like, you know, weird shit that's going on around, and you know, people are, you know, chiming in and everything, and then she ends up getting mixed up into some bullshit, and it is just fucking fantastic. I absolutely love this series. This is another one that I really need to get back to reading. The art just trips me the hell out in these books. So let me show you something that isn't too gory. And this is another one. If you don't like gore, if you don't like oh yeah, this is my signed copy. I don't need that. That's pretty good. I won it in a contest. I need it right there. And then this one, like I said, it has history. It has like folklore in it, you know, like black folklore tied up into it. It is amazing, amazing stories. Definitely worth picking up. I promise you. It's such a fucking ride. It is Jeff Lemire book, and he teamed up with what's his name, Andre Sorrentino, to make the most mind-fucking horror book I've ever like laid eyes on. Oh my god, this book is such a trip, and it was like one of the first horror books that I read, and I'm like, what the fuck did I get myself into? And that is Gideon Falls. This book is crazy. So I'm gonna try to read the back, okay? Bear with me. So, the lives of a washed-up Catholic priest arriving in a small town full of dark secrets, and a reclusive young man obsessed with a conspiracy and the city's trash becoming intertwined around the mysterious legend of the Black Barn, an otherworldly building alleged to have appeared in both the cities and the small town throughout history, bringing death and madness in its wake. So you meet this priest, and he's kind of like down on his luck. He doesn't have like no direction and shit, but at the same while, so at the same while, you have Simon, I believe is his name, and he is obsessed with going through trash, picking through it all day. That's all he does, and he's picking up pieces, and you think that it is like mindless, and you think that he's just, you know, like I said, out of his goddamn mind the whole time, but he isn't, and he is looking curious. And then, like he says, he puts together, and this black barn, this red barn, ends up appearing out of nowhere, and it takes them on a fucking ride. Oh my god! And every panel is crazy. Maybe I'll look for it. I'll throw up a picture of the black barn. But look at these panels. And there's times that you have to, ew, look at it. Don't be scared. Look at it. Ew. So nasty. But yeah, hell of a trip. You have to really pay it. Well, I did, because I was like, what is going on? What is happening? And I have to go back, and I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, great characters, beautiful, as you can see, crazy ass panels, beautiful. Tarantino always knows what to do, how to bring a story to life. And you know, you have the mind of Jeff Lemire, and you're just down to have a crazy ass ride. So yeah, and I think there's 3 of these hardcovers. So I only have the 3, I believe. But I finished the series. I had to, so I finished it online, waiting for the last hardback to come out. Highly recommend it. Yeah, just living back through this, I was like, just reliving all these moments. So yeah, definitely worth getting. Look how beautiful this fucking cover is. Crazy. It looks so cool sitting on your shelves. Yeah. This one I'm about to show you just recently came out. I think last year, if not the beginning of this year, or it finished the beginning of this year. I'm not too sure. I know it's very recently. Yeah. they outdid themselves when they made this. And that is Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees. I think it's only this trade. Yes, it's only this little trade paperback, but it is fucking fantastic. So you're in this small town. You have these anamorphic characters. So you follow this bear. You meet the main girl, and she works. Her name's Samantha, and she has her own hardware store. She's lived there. You know, everybody loves her, pillar of her community. But Samantha loves to leave her little small town and go into the big city, and she loves to murder. And she picks somebody random, she kills them, gets the edge off, buries them, come back home like nothing else happened. So everything's going fine for her until one day somebody in the actual town kills somebody and strings them up, and basically she is scared that she's going to be found out, because you know now the FBI is coming in, other people are coming in, and they're going to start snooping, ask you questions, and she's like, fuck, I'm going to get caught. So she takes on herself to find this killer. You know, it is fantastic. It's very gory. If you're not into gore, then I would stay away from this. But if you don't mind it, then definitely pick this up. So there's our girl. Come on, let me make sure I don't show anything too crazy. But oh, it's so good. I remember, because I haven't really been picking up single issue comics for a while. There's only like a couple that I was really making sure that I picked up, and I saw this cover, and I was like, huh, I wonder what the hell this is about. And I ended up picking up the first issue, and I was like, give me more, please. I need more of this. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's like whodunit, you know, and she's going, and it's funny because you're like kind of rooting for the bad guy. Like, she's a fucked up individual. Like, she's really out here, like, really fucked up and killing people. But then you're kind of like, oh shit, kind of rooting for her to find this other individual. Like, what? It's so, because it's just so written well. Like, I absolutely love it. One of my top reads last year. So, yes, definitely pick it up. And look, it's just this one little thing, you know, cute little paperback. So cute. Another one that looks like it's cute, and it's all kinds of fucked up. So, yeah. Alright, next is one of the most beautiful pieces of work that is out there right now, and that is The Mini Deaths of Layla Starr by Rambi. So this book is amazing. It's only this one single issue. I mean, one single trade paperback, but man, it is one that you will not forget. So, so I'm going to try to read the back, Lord. Here we go again. Humanity is on the verge of discovering immortality. As a result, the avatar of death is cast down to Earth to live in the mortal life in Mumbai. I hope I'm saying that right. Fuck. I love you guys. As a 20-something Layla Starr, struggling with her newfound mortality, Layla is found a way to be dropped in the same timeline and place where the creator of immortality will be born. Will Layla take her chance to stop mankind from permanently altering life, cycle of life, or will death really become a thing of the past? This is amazing. Fucking amazing. Art in it, fucking gorgeous. All the colors that they use. You know, Death, you know, been around since the beginning, you know, and she cannot let go of the fact that she is no longer needed and has no purpose, and she's taking that very fucking personal. And she does go try to find this child and totally thinks about ending him to keep her job. And there are a bunch of little short stories in here. Like, the way that it's told is amazing. Please take your time. Please take your time to enjoy this. I wish I could read this for the very first time again. This is gorgeous. And this was one of our Jen's favorite, and Jen is got here, so please read this, because she did not have that taste. So This is very worth picking up, very worth having on your shelves. It's told so well, like you can feel everything. You can hear the water, you can feel, you know, all the things that are happening in this book. You just get so immersed in it. Love it. This next one is gut-wrenching, just like Layla Starr. Okay, this person that wrote this, everything that this person touches is fucking gold. Okay, you don't need to know anything about anything to read this man's work. And we are talking about the man Daniel Warren Johnson, and we are talking about Murder Falcon today. So you're probably like, what in the fuck, Sheena? This is for everybody. Okay, everybody can read this book and enjoy this book and find something. This book reminds me of so let me tell you the synopsis of it first. Okay, here I go again, reading the back of the book. The world is under attack by monsters, just as Jake's life is falling apart. No plan, no girl, no future, until he meets Murder Falcon. Murder Falcon was sent from the heavy to destroy all evil, but he can't do it without Jake shredding up a storm. Oh my lord, Sheena. Yep. So, kind of like almost like end of the world type shit is happening, and Murder Falcon comes to save them all. And it's kind of like, if you ever seen the episode of Teen Titans where they do, like, it's almost like a little mini movie and they talk about the power of music. That's basically how this one is. It is, it's so gut-wrenching. It's so good. Like, found family, something really big happens at the end. It's basically just living in the moment, loving what you have. You know, oh my goodness, like the power that music has to bring people together. So, let me see if I can find you. Picture of, okay, this is a pretty good one. And I picked this up, and a friend of mine was like, oh, you need to read this. I'm like, okay. I was thinking, okay, dude. By the end of it, I'm fucking sobbing. I'm sobbing so hard. I'm like, oh my fucking god. I was so, oh my god, I was so enthralled by this. So, let me see. This is a good one. Like, you can hear the music, you can hear the love, you can hear the anguish. Oh, it's so good. So good. Look at that badass bruh. Okay. Everybody can read this. My son read it and he was in tears reading this too. So I recommend this for all ages, all walks of life. Will love this book, okay? Whatever this man does is fucking gold, I promise you, okay? Now, your girl does not really read like biographies, autobiographies, like real life shit. I just like to read fiction. I think I've read like maybe a handful of them in my time. I just like to fill my head with dumb shit, okay? Like, reality scares the fuck out of me. And I don't like it here, so I like to fill my head with dumb shit half the time. But I have read this biography, and I felt like everybody should read it. Everybody should have it on their shelves, okay? And this is the masterpiece called Mouse, okay? Am I saying that? Mouse, okay? So this is by Art Spiegelman, and this is a story by him, and it is the story about his father, and he is a survivor of the Holocaust. And him and his dad are kind of estranged, so it's him trying to learn what he can about his dad while trying to really connect with him at the same time outside of them talking about this. This is so fucking heartbreaking, and it is so wonderfully done. So the people in here are anamorphic, so you have the Jewish people that are mice. So that's where the mouse comes in. And then you have Polish and the Germans as pigs and cats, you know, respectively. So, and it's just him telling his father's story. I'm not going to show you any of the pages. I'm just going to show you the cover because it is very graphic, you know. And the story is something that I would not pick up by myself. I promise you, this would be so intimidating and just so gut-wrenching. Like, who would want to like sit down and really read this? But I believe like my smart friends, you know, like Jen and Mars, John's Comics for Kids, you know, Chaos and Comics, you know, all the smart people that I try to hang out with. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that got me to read this, and I am so happy that they did, because they're trying to erase stories like this, and we need to be putting books like this in our hands, in our children's hands. And I feel like that it's in this form, in a graphic novel form, it's still compelling, and it's I don't want to say easier to take in, but it's like it could be more impactful, because even though the art isn't like top tier, you know, it's still impactful. And you could tell that in these lines, like, this man was pouring his heart into this, you know. You can feel it in every line, and as you go on, it's easy to like read a book that has no pictures in it, to listen to a book or watch something that they made into a movie, like something like this made into a movie. But you can really appreciate what this person was trying to do with the lines and the moments and the panels and stuff, and it can still draw you in, you know. So, and that's the power of graphic novels at times. And I believe that this is one of the first, if I read right, this is one of the first graphic novels that won the Pilsner Award. Maybe you should have looked that word up before you fucking started shooting. But yeah, this is an amazing story, and you won't forget it. I promise you. It'll have you all the way fucked up. And yes, please get it. Please take your time with it. It is one of those books that you, at least for me, I cannot sit down and read it, because I just be so fucked up. Just because somebody like really lived through this, and then it kind of pulls you out sometimes, and like he's just talking to his dad, or like, you know, something like in real life will just happen, in real time will just happen, and you know, he just feels like he's trying to understand his dad and connect with him, but it feels like sometimes like he's pulled back even more, because he doesn't know anything like that, you know, just through his father's lenses, through his father's friends and everything, you know. So yeah, but he goes through it too, you know, and just the things that he's experienced himself too. So definitely, I only have this first one, but I know that they have the beautiful hardcover one, and I think I read the rest of it online. So that's why I borrowed it from the library. So, but definitely will work on getting the rest. And I know my homegirl enjoyed the other half. Melanin Manga is reading this right now, and she's saying that it is the book of the year for her. So yes, Mouse, please read it. Even if you don't buy it, please read it. So let's talk about one of my favorite topics, queer books, okay? Wouldn't be me if we did not talk about that. So, actually, I only have two, surprisingly, okay? Narrowed it down. So, this book that I'm about to show you, I have to show you this one for you to understand. I feel like, okay? Tell me if I'm wrong. So, we have the Black Hammer series by Jessamine. This is another masterpiece that this man pulled off. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily read Black Hammer to understand the book that I'm going to show you, okay? And I know that firsthand because that's exactly what I did. So, but Black Hammer is about these people from another world, and they get sucked into another dimension, and they're trying to adjust to this world. and it is a total mindfuck. I believe I don't have all. There's so much to this world, like so much, and it gets very dense and very like all over the place. I think it's still ongoing. Like I know they have like a little side story that goes with it and everything like that. I haven't finished the series, but it's, oh, I love these library editions are so beautiful. These Dark Horse ones, Dark Horse always does that. I'm getting off track. So one of these characters in here has like a side story of their own, okay? And that's the one that I wanted to share with you today. And that is from Alien Red Planet. This one had me all the way fucked up. This one, it was actually brought to my attention by my sweet Mars. Love you. So she dies on this hill. This is like one of her favorite books, and it is amazing. So you have Bart Alien from Black Hammer, and he is from another planet, and he happens to be gay, and on his planet it's totally fucking unaccepted. So he ends up coming to Earth. He is, so it says, Mark Margs has found his place on Earth as both a decorated police officer and as a beloved superhero, Bart Alien. But in the midst of the AIDS crisis, hatred from all sides makes balancing these identities seem impossible, especially when a Martian enemy from the past hunts him down and takes him back, dead or alive. Phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. Just like it says, it's right in the middle of the AIDS crisis, so it's a lot of emotional shit is happening, you know, and he's just trying to find himself in the middle of, you know, being an alien on a fucking different planet, just trying to fit in amongst other people too. He didn't even fit in with his own people. Oh my god. And you know, you just get to see like real shit that happened back then. So isn't it beautiful? This is gut wrenching. Gut fucking wrenching. You all absolutely love this. Like I said, you all need to know all the other stuff to enjoy just this one shot. So please pick it up. I'm not doing it justice, I promise you. I cannot articulate, but I cannot stress enough how beautiful this story is, okay? Now, my absolute fucking favorite, my sweet, sweet babies, okay? Heartstoppers. The most perfect fucking story ever, okay? One of my homegirls told me about this. This is where the fucking shit started with the whole BL, okay? This is where it starts, okay? Please read Heartstoppers. Please watch Heartstoppers. This is amazing, okay? The most cutest fucking story about two boys falling in love, okay? So, you meet the shy-hearted Charlie, oh, and he meets Nick, and they go to an all-boys school, I believe, yeah. And, is it Charlie? Charlie is outed at school, so he's bullied, he goes through some stuff, but he ends up meeting Nick Nelson. Nick Nelson is a fucking golden retriever, the best boy ever. Oh my god, I love this sweet baby. And they fall so hard for each other. And so Nick is never had feelings for a boy before, so he's starting to feel different things, like, you know, asking himself things that he hasn't asked himself before, but he knows that how he's feeling about this boy is real. So can I tell you, I fucking kick and scream, like shits and giggle, like giggling reading this shit. I teared up. When the show came out, ask my son, I cried on every fucking episode. Every episode, because I just love these characters so much. They're just my babies. Oh my god, and just to see them, the way that they look at each other, the way that they just, oh my god, it's so cute, so innocent. I wish I had shit like this when I was growing up, because you have all these kids that are queer, all different types of walks of life, but it fucking, like, you know how like some people will write stuff and just throw characters in there just to fucking say that they did something like that. This book doesn't do that. They have kids that are all different types of walks of life, and it just fucking makes sense. It makes so much sense, and we need more beautiful books like this. Read Heartstoppers. Fucking read it. Fucking cry. Let it break your heart. Let it make you feel something. This is such a sweet book, and it's crazy because like it's almost like manga. It's like very, very simple, in its design and everything. But the way, oh my god, killing me. Look at the back. Come on. They're about, and I know you can read this on Webtoons. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to, but I promise you it's worth picking up. It's on Webtoons, and I think we're about to have the very last book, and I'm going to lose my ever-loving fucking mind when we do. So I love it, and I know that they have like other little side stories about the sister and everything. All of it's good, but you know, just the main boys, the main 5 books I think are worth having and worth like, and they're very easy to read, but so good. Look at these babies. I could talk about them all day. I love them so much. If anybody knows me, I fucking love Nick and Charlie. Nick and Charlie do no fucking wrong. Fuck you guys if you think something differently, okay? So it's sweet babies. You get to know them, love them as much as I do. And that is it. So what did you think? Did you find anything? Did you see anything that would make you be like, oh, hell yeah, this is gonna spark that right in my heart to really dive into graphic novels? I hope so. At least one person. Okay, so, and I've heard this time and time again before, but some people make you feel like you can't read these books. And I'm here to tell you that comics are for everybody. Every motherfucking body, even those people that are trying to gas you about it. So, and I hope that in this pile you saw something. And it shows, it's a testimony that there's something in there for everybody. Okay? Just like, and they can hit just as hard and just as deep as like regular books, you know? So, and yeah, I hope that if you do pick these books up, please shop locally. Go to your comic book store. Utilize your online, you know, Libby and Hoopla app. Please do not give these big corporations your money. And I know that sometimes that's convenient for people, but go. And I know that it could be very intimidating going into a comic book shop. I know I was very intimidated. I remember like the first time I like cased out the place online, and then I just made like a beeline to the fucking back, didn't say nothing. I was just so scared to be in there. Like it was just very intimidating. But as I went more, they want you to be there. They want you to read these books. They want to sell these and put these kind of stories in your hand. So don't be scared to go in there, you know? And if you are, definitely use your library. I know for a fact that every single book that I've talked about on here is on my Hoopla app, and I love it. And the more that we use it, the more they're going to see like, hey, people want to read this shit like this, and they're trying to erase stories like this, and this is even more of the reason to start and read beautiful stories like this, okay? So shop locally. Please do not give them your money, okay? And I have some really great online comic book shops. If you're too intimidated or you don't have access to one, then I got you, okay? I'll leave the description and everything. So, but yeah, hopefully this sparks a right in your heart to start reading more graphic novels. And, you know, if you really like this, maybe I'll make another one at the end of the year, because I know right now my goal is to read all of my manga and all my manga that's sitting on these shelves, and then go back to like all my DC and all my indie comics right now. But just doing this makes me really want to dive right back into it, you know? So, and you never know starting this come be part of the community. You know, I know some amazing people, and these stories have changed my life in more ways than one. Okay, after I started reading, I started connecting with other people, great people that have changed my fucking life, people that I hold dear to my heart to this day, all because of books, all because of graphic novels. Okay, so yeah, don't be scared. Say something in the comments if you need help. We are here, both in Jedi. The community's here, and I promise you, it will be a hell of a ride. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate all your eyeballs, all your attention, all the love, all the support, everything, every little thing that you guys do for us. We appreciate it. So, yeah. So, if you like what you see, you know what you do, and I will see you next time.